Yo, what's going on? Savage here. Today we're going to be breaking down and analyzing a duos gameplay. We've been really focusing on solos here recently with a couple of quads in between, but we really haven't showed duos too much love. Maybe 3 or 4 videos overall in the past couple months. So we're going to be focusing on it today. Basically in this breakdown, we're going to be analyzing everything the squad's doing. I'm going to be showing you guys where I would recommend rotating based off circle, what kind of in-game strategies I recommend, and also the enemies that the squad encounters. We're gonna go over the things they should be doing to either avoid death or to get better in their position. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, join the Wolfpack today. Also leave a like on the video. Let's get this video to 600 likes. And again, if you're looking for a squad member or 2 or maybe even 3, join our Discord community. The link to that will be in the description as well as the pinned comment. That way you guys can get together, meet other players who are similar skill or maybe even better, and you guys can actually form an unbreakable bond as a team. And also you won't have to ever play with randoms again. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the video. All right, here we are spectating by GoPro and Jolly. Jolly's rocking 2 kills, and I believe GoPro, before we switched players, was rocking 3 kills. And they are at one of my favorite areas. I love Boneyard. Guys, do not be afraid of Boneyard. A lot of players are afraid of Boneyard, but no matter what, Boneyard has so many crevices and so many ridges and so many things you can just use as cover. This is just one of my favorite areas. I don't mind coming here if there's 100 teams here or not. I love this place. It's such an easy compound to actually work and navigate and rotate and outposition the enemy. It's just a great place to be. Also, guys, you have a bunch of objectives you get to go for. Right now, they do have a bounty on them, and your boy is trying to get the... Whoa! Jolly feeling it with the car 98. All right, he's got the down, so I'm assuming the teammate would be going for the res, but he just actually got wiped by another squad. You definitely want to get some kind of separation and distance if you're utilizing the sniper, and that's exactly what he's doing. Now, I will recommend, if you're sniping, do not scan for enemies while you're scoped in. No matter what gun you're using, don't ever ADS and scan for players. You want to scan for players without ADSing. That way, if you see them, you can quickly snap on them, and you don't have to worry about your ADS sensitivity being too strict. Holy crap, that was close. All right, your boy's got the origin, so, ooh. In that position, guys, you have the origin. Your teammate's been executed. There's no reason to leave your position. Put yourself out there. You're bingo in place. You have very little health, and again, your teammate's dead, so... play the doorway, wait for him to come to you. If he would have gone through the doorway, you could have got the drop on him, and he could have 2-tapped the enemy easily. So guys, again, if you're low on plates, low on health, don't just put yourself out there, try to fight. There's no shame bailing from the fight, regaining, repositioning, and going at it again. All right, so here we are. Both of our dudes won their gulag, so now they're trying to find out where they want to go, what objectives they want to do, or where they're going to loot at. All right, so they went ahead and marked the compound over here by bunkers. It's not a bad area. Normally early game, these compounds are all going to be hit, so the chance of it being looted is pretty high. Guys, if you ever come back from the gulag, especially early game, and you need loot, you need guns, you need money, whatever it is it may be, if the compound's already hit and you're already outgunned, there's no shame bailing from it. Bail from it and hit another compound. You don't want to waste time trying to fight another team that's there when they have their loadout, they have their loot, they have plates, and you're just rocking a pistol or whatever the hell you can find and a few plates. Remember, guys, this game's about percentages and odds. You want to always have the odds in your favor. So if you're outgunned, you're out position, you just came back from the gulag, make sure you dip from wherever the hell you're at, find some loot, find some money, get your stuff, then you can contest whoever you want. I want you guys to notice how he scans when he ADSs. I'm telling you guys, if you break out of the habit of ADSing and scanning, you will become a better player. You want to scan until you see an enemy. Then when you spot an enemy, you want to ADS. If you wonder how people are so snappy and able to turn on people so quickly, that's why. You'll never see a top tier player ADSing and walking around or ADSing and scanning for an enemy. Granted, sniping is a whole different topic, as we've discussed in other videos. But when it comes to ARs, SMGs, other weapons like that, you do not want to scan for the enemy while you're ADS'd. Now, we know there's another player somewhere. Whether he's here or not remains to be seen, but your boy seems to think he's in yellow house. He's tracking him through the wall. That was pretty hot. All right, they got the down. The dude probably has self-res, I would assume. All right, you also have a guy parachuting on top of him. He does have the ram. I would go ahead and push this guy before he gets a weapon. And that's exactly what he's going to do. In the enemy's case, in the enemy's position, I'm I'm all down for landing back on my stuff. I'm all down for landing on the guys who killed me. Will you win? Most of the time, no. But sometimes when you come back from the gulag, if you land on the enemy, especially since they're this separated, you can probably get some shots off. Unfortunately, when he landed, he just kind of stood there staring at the house. I don't know what his plan was. If he would have utilized his audio, he could have heard GoPro walking right underneath him, and then he would have had the high ground and could have got some shots off, or at least would have stood some form of chance to try to fight him. If the enemy would have been able to get the kill on GoPro, he now would have his weapons, and then it would be him and Jolly in a 1v1, and this entire scene would have been completely different. So guys, if you're coming back from the gulag and you decide to land on the team that just killed you, make sure you're playing super aggro. All right, there is a target running to the right. I did see him, but I don't think he saw him because he didn't even look at him. There's also a glare coming from down here. I just saw a glare down here as well. One player is going that way. Remember, there's a player right here too. So there's one target right here that we know of that could be a whole different team. There's also a guy down here. Guys, you've got to be aware of glares. Glares is a pretty easy thing to pick out. Don't ever second guess a glare. If you think there's a glare there, make sure you look at it. There's no reason why GoPro should be hard peeking this right now. He's going to get popped in the face if he's not careful, because I do see right here this guy slow peeking. Now watch the screen. There's the glare again, guys, right there. And he's probably going to get shot in the face. He's looking down at the ground for some reason. Again, guys, I'm not against him ADSing on the compound across the ravine. I'm not against that at all, because you have a DMR. You need some kind of zoom if you're going to utilize a DMR or a sniper. I'm fine with that. But we know there's a guy here. He obviously sees the guy right there because he lowered his visual and he's aiming at the street. Aim at who you think you want to shoot. Don't aim at the ground. There's no reason to aim at the ground. In this position, just un-ADS. That way you can quickly snap on the guy who's glaring on you. Because by the time he realizes what's going to happen, he's going to get shot in the face. And there it is, lit. These pause perfect moments. Kodak. And this opportunity, since they had the knock, I would assume that team is going to head and push up. You've got 3 loadout stashes to the left. Remember, guys, remember, they were on the left side of the bridge. I'm pretty sure they're just going to push the left side of the bridge. They're not going to be over here. So the fact that you're watching this area is very questionable to me. Also, if I was that team, I'd already be on this bunker. I would already be right up here. I would already be on this hill. I'd already be pushing these guys. So if you guys see this team jump out and absolutely dollywop GoPro and Jolly, I wouldn't be surprised. There's a slight chance, very slight chance they bailed out. I don't know why he's staring at the gas. There's no way they're going to survive the gas that long, even with the gas mask. All right, hard scoping with the sniper rifle, and he gets the kill. All right, in that situation, your teammate went balls to the wall. You're sitting back with a sniper rifle. That's a very ballsy move. If your teammate's going in for the push, you need to push with him. If you wouldn't have had an angle on the enemy just now to get that sniper shot, he would have executed your teammate, and you would have been forced back into a 1v1 fight. You want to push the enemies together. You want to play as a squad. Luckily, it worked out for you, but I'm telling you right now, most of the time, that won't be the case. If your teammates go in to push from one way, make sure you're pushing the other way so you can surprise the enemy and confuse them. Don't just let them pick you off one at a time. All right, talking about positioning right now, these guys need to get safe. They're coming up on the edge of the circle, as you can see right here, and they do have the high ground. If you want to stay on this hill right here, if you want to stay on the hill right here that he's about to go on, that's fine, but you got to be aware, if you end up fighting people in this compound in front of us, your back's going to be the TV station. So you're very vulnerable sitting out there and sniping at the guys over at this compound. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but I have a feeling with how they're looking, they're expecting a fight. All right, Jolly's going to be looking in on the compound right now. His teammate has marked that they're in this little cubby. Now look, guys, stop doing this to yourselves. Stop sitting in cubbies, guys. There's no reason for 2 people to be in one cubby together. What is the point of 2 people being in a cubby together? There's no fight going on down there. They're not in immediate danger. So why are they both in a cubby? What do you think they're doing? Nothing good. But all seriousness, guys, make sure if you're looting fast and efficiently. There's no reason for both you guys to loot there together. What this does is it puts you in a very vulnerable position. So basically, if there was a team close to them that decided to push them and they threw C4 in there, now what? Now you're both trapped in the same place and there's no way out for y'all. If one person would go in there and another person was somewhere else, then if the guy in the storage unit got pinched, the other teammate who's looting a building nearby would be able to put shots on the enemy from a different angle. You guys want to always stay close together, but separated. Stop holding each other's pockets. And don't run back into it, guys. They're sniping at you. You have so much cover. You can leave this area. You can bounce to here. You can bounce to here. You can bounce down. You have so many places you can go, but still, you're going to corner yourself in this building. Stop that. Just because you got shot, just because there's a sniper looking at you, doesn't mean that he's going to get a headshot every time. Why would you put yourself in a position to allow this team to push you and keep you trapped in this cubby? Leave this area immediately. Reposition. Get out of there. Now, this fight right here is just not worth them pushing. Plus, they're getting sniped from another target somewhere, I think around Red Roof is where the tracer's coming from. It's really hard to tell. GoPro did just get hit by somebody else. If you notice, Jolly's now separating himself from GoPro so they can get different angles on the enemies. Remember, guys, if there's a team just sitting in a building somewhere, you can always just change your angle. I hate when I spectate people and I just see them sitting in the same spot for 5 minutes, just trying to patiently outwait the other person. Don't do that. You want to get the fights over as fast as possible so you can go on and get the next kills. That's how you increase your kill count. You guys are freezing up and just waiting 5 minutes for the enemy to come to you. You're hindering your own gameplay. Now, I'm not sure what Jolly's doing. He whipped out his heartbeat. He saw nothing on it, but he's playing as if somebody's in this building. Again, we thought tracers came from Red Roof, but we have no idea. Jolly is just frozen right now. All right, now a lot of people don't like these roofs. I, for one, don't like pushing these roofs when there's an enemy up here, but I do like utilizing the shit out of them, especially if I'm sniping. At this compound, you have an angle on everything. You have full view of 360 degrees, and you can really mess somebody up. I don't know why he's so focused on that building right now. I really don't. All right, we got a sniper glare over to the southeast. Let's see if he can test them. He does. He hesitates on the shot, man. Look, in a situation like this, you know that the enemy is going to shoot at you and bounce back to cover, right? Well, which way is he going to go? He's going to go left. So what you should do is when you ADS on him, I would already be prepared and get the lead on where I think he's going to go. I'd be aiming right here because I know he's going to the left. That way my crosshair's already over here and I can quickly snap on him and get the headshot. Hardly any sniper stands perfectly still. Granted, we've spectated some interesting players that do that, but if you want to be an efficient sniper, make sure you're utilizing movement. Don't just stand still. Don't just go prone. Don't just go crouch. Don't just mount. You want to maintain movement at all costs. That's exactly what the enemy's doing. But again, I would aim right here. That way he would basically walk into my crosshair and I can get the easy headshot. Now, also, guys, be careful when you're in a sniping fight. And this is another reason why I say put the sniper away if you're struggling getting kills or getting wins. You're on this roof and you're focused on one guy. You are what I call tunnel visioned. So what you need to do is watch your 360 degrees. You have all of this hill. I call this the you hill, right? This hill right here is absolute death. If there is a team up here and you have to cross, you are dead because there is zero cover. Granted, you might have a vehicle, but if you don't, if you cross by foot, you are screwed. Same thing with TV station to his right. You are vulnerable from 360 degrees. So just make sure you're at least scanning and checking the area for other enemies. All right, we got the glare in the second story window. He marks it for his enemy. Always use your pings. Oh, no. All right, now you're contesting two snipers at the same time. If you see a second head peek out with a glare or with anything, stop. Stop peeking it, man. Change your position. Change your angle. You don't want to keep hard peeking the same area twice because they're going to go ahead and pre-aim that area. So when you do peek again, they get the easy headshot, as you see here. So he needs to rotate on the building and get a different angle or leave the building altogether. Now, these guys do have to come to you so you can easily gatekeep them. All right, in this situation, you want to try not to hard scope as much as possible. You want to be able to see the entire area. You want to try to utilize your entire field of view. Because these guys could leave the building and come out on your left side. They come out over here. They could go to the top and start sniping at you, or they could sneak out to the right. So, but if you're ADS'd, if you're zoomed in on one area, they can just sneak right past you. So make sure you're utilizing another weapon. I definitely recommend an AR in that situation if you have one. That way you can see everything happening. All right, they're going back to the buy station. Right now, Jolly and GoPro have the advantage, but here he is focused on one area. Meanwhile, these guys could, if you look at the mini map, these guys could rotate between blue building, between the storage building, and come up to you. All right, and then his teammate goes down because they were focused on whatever they were focused on. Again, stop scanning the compound ADS. Stop it. You should not allow this team to get away from you guys. Y'all should be able to win this fight. All right, in the enemy's position right there, he backed himself out of cover, stood in the middle of nowhere, and tried getting a headshot. That was a dumb play. If it's 5 seconds after you get the down, 9 times out of 10, he's already rezzed. So why would you put yourself in a position to try to get the execute on the roof or try to get the second kill when you have no cover? That was just too easy for our boy Jolly to get a kill. Now, there's a chance that this guy's... Oh, it's a whole different team. So now we have 2 guys right here. But remember, the guy you just killed had a teammate too, right? So he's somewhere. Be careful. Granted, this team may have killed him. I highly doubt it, but they may have. The only reason I doubt they killed him is because it came from 2 different angles. Stop putting yourselves in positions to get shot at trying to get executes. You have the gas closing in. The chance that the dude that was down getting res is slim to none. So the fact that GoPro left hard cover and put himself out there to try to get the execute was just absolutely insane. And he lost his life because of it. So now I believe it's a 1v1v1. I may be wrong. Like I said, the other team could have killed the other guy. Oh my. You son of a, you lucky. All right, you have the gas mask. You also have cover. And you don't have health. In this position right here, the enemy's, this is an easy kill, right? But you don't want to start shooting at the enemy until you have your gas mask on, because the last thing you want to do is start popping shots. Then you have to put your gas mask on. Then the enemy turns, snaps on you, and shoots you in the face and kills you. The chance of him doing that's slim to nothing. You have a great head glitch right here. But let's see what happens. That's all she wrote. And that's all she wrote. And Jolly gets the kill on Boone, and that is it. Again, guys, when you have a gas mask, do not be afraid to utilize gas. Gas can be your friend if you have the gas mask. You can change position. You can get in fights. You can gatekeep really well. You can come out of the gas and shoot an enemy in the back. Most people don't expect players to have a gas mask in the gas. Granted, gas mask only lasts so long, unfortunately for your boy here. But if you have full ticks, just hop in the gas real quick, do whatever you need to do, buy a teammate back, get loot, whatever the case may be, and then get your ass to safety. All right, so this push right here is very sketch, right? You're going to hangars on the edge of the circle. Hangars on the edge of the circle can be really intense. Granted, somehow there's only 12 enemy teams and 20 enemy players left. This is a pretty big circle. So the chance of more than one team being here is slim to nothing. In this position, a lot of players would be like, I'm not going for the buy station. This is too dangerous. Screw that noise. But look, get your teammate back. What's the worst that's going to happen? You die. Not only can you get your teammate back, but you have perfect amount of money for plates. So you need plates anyway. Definitely go for the buy station, no matter what. All right, so your boy does have plates now. He's heart beating, doesn't see anything on heartbeat, but he does have plates. His teammate's coming back in. His teammate needs to land on him. All right, you've got an Uzi in here, and you've got a Scar. So the teammate will have some form of weapons to be able to utilize. I love the fact that the teammate marked the weapons, letting his boy know, look, I got some shit over here if you want it. Again, try to avoid doing this. Try to avoid sidestepping ADS. But Savage, why? I don't want to go out there and then zoom in on him and be dead before I can get a hit. This is a perfect case of frames win games. If the enemy has a better system than you do, if he's got a better computer than you do, if his hertz and frames are better than yours, guess what? He's gonna see you before you see him. Basically, as you're peeking, guess what? Your entire half of your body is going to be visible before you can actually see. So you put yourself in a vulnerable position, especially when you're going against top tier players who have the greatest internet, the greatest computer, and the greatest skill. You're really going to be outmatched. I love the fact that he takes the shot though and he instantly dips back. Here we go again. This is also good technique. Get yourself in the building. I'm fine with that. I don't know why you switched weapons. You could have at least taken a shot at him and got a hit, at least, or try to get a headshot. All right, let's talk about circle position. Unfortunately, I cannot pull up the big map, but if we look at the circle right here on the mini map, you have Superstore and you have the car dealership. I like Superstore, man. Go Superstore. There's going to be a team there, and you have a massive roof you can just work basically the entire map from, right? Everything on the north side of the street is going to have to cross over to you. So if you move the Superstore roof early, you guys can get some pretty easy kills. And notice also there's 8 enemy teams left and 13 enemies. So the server's dying quickly. If you want to hit a 15 kill game, you need to start stepping it up a little bit. I know you guys want to get in a fight with the enemy team over there, but again, you need to focus on position first. If you can kill those guys from a whole different position that's safe, do it. In a position like this, Superstore has visual on those guys easily. Y'all need to be rotating Superstore. All right, so there is a team doing a flag objective up here. Pretty questionable with the flag objectives this late in the game with this few enemies. But now we know there's definitely a guy in here. Again, I highly recommend SMGs, especially for close quarter combat. He does not have a close quarter weapon ready in his hand. This enemy had no idea that he was coming. So that was one, and he was not instant. I would definitely look around for a teammate. All right, so I fast forward, and they really haven't done much of anything. They failed to get to the roof of this building, so the team they were originally shooting at, they never got the kill. If they would have got to the roof of this building, they could have started fighting people, but you are on the roof of a car dealership, you're pretty vulnerable because there's not much cover. If you go down, they're probably going to execute you. That's why I like Superstore. Superstore has the ridges. Superstore has that lip that goes around the entire thing, so if you get down, you're basically safe. That's why I definitely recommend going there. But they missed out on the kills. They're at a bad position. They need to cross over to the apartment area. Now, it's not an impossible push, but this is definitely a scary push. I hate crossing 4 lanes of traffic in order to get safe, especially with this many apartment buildings and high grounds around you. All right, normally I'd say screw this loadout drop. Not worth it, right? You got your loadout. It's not worth it at all. But his teammate doesn't have his loadout. His teammate could have got weapons off the dead bodies and used those. That's what I would do. But if you don't have your weapons, you just got to kind of YOLO and put yourself out there. This is a very dangerous loadout. It's in the middle of the highway, right between Superstore, right between this compound, and between these high house buildings. So you're literally surrounded 360 degrees and ready to get messed up at any given second. If I were Jolly, I would not follow his teammate. I would go ahead and cross and get safe to the blue building he marked. You want to try to go on the high ground. Do not shoot people falling in the air. Thank God he didn't shoot. You don't want to reveal your position when you're in the wide open like this. You want to try to keep quiet and get to safety as fast as possible, because if you get shot at while you're in the middle of the street, you will die if they're even half-assed decent with a shot. All right, now they both have their loadouts. They're both ready. Now be careful. You have these apartments still in, and they have the high ground. These are awesome sniper vantage points, and bitches love to use it. The glare kills me, bro. Oh, I hate the glare. All right, I'm not against him sitting in the doorway until the apartments gets pushed out. The last thing I'm going to do is start scanning for enemies. Start scanning for enemies to the west, which is right in front of him, and then get shot from these compounds. So I'd probably wait for this gas to push out the building and let me know that it's clear with no enemies, and then I would start scanning the entire map. All right, the gas is pushing in. It doesn't look like there's anybody in these buildings. The doors aren't even opening. Nobody's jumping up. It's a slower play, but it's a safe play, so I'm not against it. I actually like this. I would probably do the same thing if I was in this situation. Like I said, the last thing I'm going to do is allow these guys to get a headshot and execute on you when you're so close to the end of the game. This is where I always tell you guys to stop what you're doing, slow it down, think about your moves, play smart. You don't just want to go all aggro at the end of the game. Especially when the circle is going to rotate on the other side of the street from you. This is a very bad circle for them. I highly doubt the circle's going to come back on their side, just because 90% of the circle's on the other side of the street. And you still have 6 teams left. Whew, it's dangerous, boys. I do like the fact that he's scanning these buildings next to him. However, you don't have to scan them 24/7, right? You can peek other areas and peek back. The sole purpose of scanning is to scan different areas of the map until you see a target. You don't want to just keep watching the same buildings and then next thing you know, nobody's there. You just wasted 5 minutes of your life and possibility of getting kills, right? There may be people in those buildings, yes, but look other places and occasionally peek back. Look other places, occasionally peek back. Don't just focus on one area. Even though he's not technically tunnel visioned, he kind of is. All right, so there's a lot of things this team can do, and they're playing really passive right now. This building's clear. I would jump off this building and jump onto the building next to them, right? They can actually jump off the side, parachute, land on the little ledge where the windows are at, and then vault on top. So they never have to hit the ground. I would get this building. That way you can scan and gatekeep everybody that's on this side of the mini map. If you look at the mini map, my mouse cursor, you can actually see everybody coming out, and you can get shots and angles on bank, better angles than you have now because you have a tree in front of you. You have a lot of stuff blocking your visual on everything going on. So I would definitely get to this building right here and start making some plays happen. At least getting some kills. We've been on this roof way too long, and there's clearly nothing happening over here. Again, you want to slow it down at the end of the game, but you don't want to slow it down this much. Not to mention, if you're getting fucked up from a sniper in another area, change your location. They need to be going to the next roof so they can change their location. Oh my God. Also, guys, if you're down in that position, hug the wall. Don't just sit out there because they might have an angle on your head or your arm or something like that, and it's just too easy to get to execute. Remember, that sniper executed your teammate when he's right here. You're now further away from the wall. What do you think's gonna happen to you? He could shoot your foot. He could shoot your head. Maybe. I don't know. But he killed your teammate. He could probably shoot you. So don't be prone crawling out there. Just because your face is safe doesn't mean your butt isn't, right? Also, again, your whole objective is to get eyes on everything going around you. You don't want to just lay prone and hide from the sniper. What you can do is you can go right here on this side of the wall where he looks like he's going to be heading to. There's an enemy on the other roof. If they would have been on the other roof, they could have challenged him together and they'd all both be alive and they would both get that kill. Now, he's in a fight right now, and I think he forgot about the... Oh. All right, there's guys under him now. I hear the footsteps and they're coming up. They have to be some really bad players, though. Not hating, not being offensive. They have to be really bad to get killed by this guy. Oh. Do not allow an M13 to outshoot you when you have an MP5 at close range. Do not allow that. All right, his ADS sensitivity is clearly too high. Good shots on that guy, though, I'll tell you that. All right, so here's the combat taking place. You want to go ahead and push while they're fighting. It's a 2v1 over there, obviously. The last thing you want to do is be put in a 2v1 situation, right? So hopefully you can try to get a third party going on. That way you can take it out, make it a 1v1v1, or even just make it a 1v1 by wiping a whole team. But they're clearly in the buildings. Which one they're in, I don't know. I think they're in the tall one. That's what it sounds like. And if that's the case, that means all three of them are probably in there. So I would start making my way to this area, at least playing the wall. You don't have to go in the building. You don't have to go in this long building right here, but I'd at least play the wall on the outside of the building if I had to. Now, what happens next is going to depend on the circle's rotation. All right, so now we have the circle rotating to the west. This is his west right here, right? So again, I would rotate backwards. I would go to this side of the building over here, and then I would work my way to the wall. If you guys know, this is graveyard right here, and this right here is a nice little lip, a nice little wall. You could play the wall, or you could play the shed. The shed actually will be a better option, so let's play the shed. That way, whoever jumps off this roof, because I'm pretty sure they will, you can shoot right out of the air. The last thing you want to do is let these guys get positioned before you, and then your back's to the circle, and you're going to end up dying to either gas, or they're both just going to annihilate the shit out of you as you're trying to get safe. So I would go ahead and rotate to the closest side first. This is the most drastic thing you guys can learn in my videos when it comes to in-game. When a circle shifts like this, you need to find a way to safely rotate and get close as you can. That way you can gatekeep anybody who's sitting in a building. As you see right here, guys, you want to go ahead and rotate as close to the edge as you can. Again, you have the fence right here. You have a shed right here. I would go ahead and rotate my character out to here. I would play the edge of this building. I'd let them kill each other off or do whatever they're doing. And then as they're fighting, again, I would rotate to this little wall or maybe even this shed right here, and then make sure I keep my eyes on this building because I'm pretty sure that's where all of them are at. Dying to gas in this position would be horrific, especially being so close to the end of the game with 12 kills. All right, circle's coming fast. You have no gas mask. You need to rotate now. All right, there's a down. Now it's a 1v1v1, and you went the wrong way. Guys, you need to learn the gas damage. If you guys do not have a gas mask, especially in-game, don't run in the circle like this, right? He's leaving the zone. He's going to die before he even rounds this corner. No way in hell is he going to survive this, right? He's getting closer than I thought, but no, he's dead. GG's. Ooh. All right. He's plating up. What's going to happen? I already know what's going to happen. I can see it now, and it's going to break my fucking heart. A 1v1 fight, ladies and gentlemen. 1v1 fight. He needs to plate up. Now, in this position, he's probably going to die nonetheless, because as soon as he jumps over the wall, the enemy's going to shoot him. But what's going to happen? He's going to finish popping this plate, and before he can vault over the wall, the gas is going to hit him. And he's going to die. He's one tap. No gas mask. He's not going to stand a chance. GG's in the chat. Damn it! Damn it, man! Look, I really hope you enjoyed the video. I really hope these videos are helping you improve in Warzone and making you a more confident player. I hope these videos are bringing you a different outlook on how to look at the game and how to view the map and the strategy in the map and how to push buildings and rotate properly. Guys, let me know in the comment section if these videos are helping you. If you guys are struggling with a certain aspect, let me know in the comment section below so I can maybe make another video to highlight the aspects I'm maybe not highlighting. I want to bring you guys a variety of content, so let me know in the comments if you have any questions whatsoever. Again, thank you for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, join the Wolfpack today, leave a like on the video, and join our Discord community if you guys want to start looking for groups. But anyway, guys, y'all have a good one and good luck in Warzone. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Again, I'm trying to give you as much content as I can to hopefully improve your gameplay, get you to a point where you're having more fun, you're playing more aggressive, and you're dropping more kills and more wins. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking the link below, and also check out some other tips and tricks videos. You have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.